Congratulations on making it to part 1 gajillion of working on the old 40 right here. We've only got 1 bazillion more parts to go, but we can't do nothing talking. Let's get busy. I reckon this week will be just like last week. We'll go through front to back and just do a knick-knack bull crap. Stuff I put off till I can't put it off no longer. No, sir. I got some belts. We can try them out. I got my new power steering pump. I got some grade 8 bolts for these, whatever you want to call them there, for the A-arms. I got to go get some grade 8 bolts for them spacers there. What else we got to do? Well, I got to get a clutch hose. Can't find one exactly like I want. I did find a power steering hose, but I ain't sure it's going to fit. We'll try it. I need to do work on the carburetors. We got to modify them a little bit. What else? It's just all kind of stuff. Inside, what have we got left inside? Let's look in here. We got to do something about my pedals. I don't like how they are. Y'all have mentioned just swapping them. It might work, but I don't think so. Well, the brake pedal being over here might work, but I don't think the clutch being over there is going to be good. It needs to be straight. We'll just have to see. Well, we got to do that. We got to make us a bracket for our brake light switch. I got me a muffler clamp we're going to put right here to hold that steering column to the dash. Got to get the shifter on. Glass, I got new windshield glass and I got new wing window glass. We got to take all the glass out because we got to put new rubber on every window in it. Look at that right there. That ain't worth crap. No, sir. I'm not looking forward to that. If y'all seen me try to put that windshield in that dang old Dodge, it didn't work out real good. These windows go in a little different than it. So maybe these will go a little bit better. I need to figure out what I'm going to do about the windshield wiper motor. I don't want to use the old vacuum type. I need to rig me up an electric one some kind of way. I ain't even pondered on that yet, sure ain't. Also, y'all know this is a business coupe. Used to, you put your gas in right here, your filler net come out here. Gas tank was right there. Didn't have a back seat. And, well, when Daddy bought it, they had the gas tank in the trunk. Well, let me open the trunk and I got to show you something. Firstly, I think that trunk should open more than that. We're gonna do something about that. I don't understand what's going on there. It should come way on up here. But they had the gas tank right here. On a business coupe, you got this little well here for the spare tire. The regular coupes do not have this, it's flat. The reason I tell you that is because I had mentioned putting a non-business coupe gas tank back in it and it goes underneath the car, bolts for the frame. You can't do it with the floorboard like this. No, sir. You'd have to cut this out and put a flat one in it. I don't want to do that. So I'm contemplating, I said I didn't want to, but I'm contemplating putting the gas tank back in there where it goes. You know, and building a little platform like the business coupe's supposed to be. That's most likely what I'm going to do, but the gas tank, $350? Dadgum, that's not cheap. It sure ain't. Got to have running boards. I found some of them, $500. Yes, sir, they're not cheap. A front bumper. You got to have a front bumper. We got to have all kind of stuff still. Plenty of work to do. I think what we'll do, let's start right up here. Let's see if those belts will work. But before I do that, let's change the power steering pump out. All right, let's get this here. Power steering pump off. Still waiting on my flathead bolts. They were supposed to be here yesterday. Well, they didn't show up. They're supposed to be here today. I don't know if they'll be here or not. Hopefully they will be. Let me tell you about this bracket too. I'm convinced it's just a pile of junk that don't fit nothing. They say it's meant for a short or long water pump. Well, it don't line up with either. Remember we tried it on lockjaw. It was half a groove ball. This one here, it don't line up very good either. So Probably gonna have to shim this with some whooshers on that backside. We gotta get this here pulley off this pump. I got to have it. I apologize again for the noise from the heater, but it's 23 degrees outside. It's taking forever for it to warm up. Got the big board right here. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Brand spankingly new pump. The only difference is, well, there's two differences. One, this is a flare, this is the metric O-ring fitting, and the return line, well, you can see this one comes up here, and this one comes like that right there. That's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same. I gotta swap this. Let's do that right now before I go any further. Oh yeah! Maybe I ain't gonna swap it. What in the devil? Well, the heater finally shut off after probably an hour. Let me get this off of this one over here. Uh-oh, we may have an issue. Dadgummit. We do. I got to have this for that mount. There ain't one in this pump. Dadgummit. Oh, this ain't gonna work. Nope. Well, we're 0 for 1 so far. Let's see if the alternator belt is gonna work. Absolutely not. This day is not going very good. It really ain't. Well, I put the power steering pump back on, but had to put the pulley back on too, to see if this belt will fit. And as you can see, it does not fit, no sir. So we are 0 for 3 so far today. This is, yeah, well, I don't know if it's MLS or Dumas, but one or the other. I'm gonna go back to AudioZone here in just a second. Get me 2 belts that are about 1 inch longer. I gotta pull that pulley back off the pump, and I gotta go inside real quick and see if I can find the pump that's got that stud that we need. Well, I'm back. I got me a power steering pump. I got me some beltages. I had a 36 for the power steering, too short. So I got a 36 and a half. I got a 37. Alternator, I had a 53. So I got a 53 and a half. They did not have a 54. So they probably won't fit, and we'll probably have to go somewhere else to get another belt sometime. The power steering pump, let me tell you this. You can learn a lot by just looking up different parts and comparing them to other parts. This is what I learned a little while ago. I got on AutoZone and O'Reilly's looking up power steering pumps, and they went from the flare fitting to the metric O-ring like this one in 80, I believe. Also, 80 is when they removed this stud right here. But apparently in around 1990, they added that stud back, because that's what this pump is. They probably added it back in 88. That's when they did a little change. Possibly 87. I don't know. You just have to look the parts up and see. But that's what this fits, a 1990 C1500. It'll probably fit my K1500 four-wheel drive too. Anyway, let's get this here pulley on, get it on the car, and see if our belts are long enough or not. Come on, man, get this thing on here for the 47th time today. Well, the whole dead-lang thing's turning. I'll tell you what, today is just, it ain't been a good day for me at all. It really ain't. I'm pretty sure today's Monday, yes sir, with all the trouble I'm having. Where did it go? This little piece of junk here, it's, well, you see it moving there. It ain't supposed to do that. It's supposed to have little ball bearings inside there. This bigger piece right here is mashed up against your pulley. And it's got little ball bearings in here that allow this nut to spin while you're putting the pulley on. Well, all them bearings broke. About half of them fell out. So I had to get my pipe wrench out, put it on my pulley here, and spin that thing back on there. Finally got it on. Then this mountain stud right here, it came off this one. I had to swap them. That one there got that little shoulder on it. This one don't. I don't think that one would have worked with our mount, so I swapped them. I reckon let's put it back on the car and see if my belts fit. I don't expect them to, the way things are going, but we gotta try. We can't just not do nothing. Yep, that's the pump still sitting on the table. I put my brackets back on it. Well, I put it on the car. Then I went to put my adjuster bracket on it, and well, as you can see, we got us a return line right in the way. Yep, sure enough, it didn't think about that when I bought this here pump. So I get to take this pump back. Sure do. I'm almost tempted to just call it a day and go in the house. This is, well, it's getting on my nerves. Sure is. Let me take all this loose, and I don't know what we're gonna do. I just got an email. Well, you know, my countersunk flathead bolts supposed to be in here yesterday. Got an email yesterday saying they'll be here tomorrow. Well, I just got an email saying, well, they'll be here Monday. So ain't even got, I don't know. Fix going to house. I'm aggravated. Well, I just tried my new alternator belt. It's still too short. I don't think a 1 inch longer one would have done it. So sometime I'm gonna get an 1.5 inches and a 2 inch longer. Apparently, I don't even know how to measure a belt. This has just been a day. Seriously, I'm going in the house. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, before I go in the house, I decided, let's see if we can't change out these bolts in this front end, put them grade 8s in here that I just got. I don't know what can go wrong with this, but I guarantee if it can't go wrong, it will. Let me see if I can get them changed out. Let's see if we can get some of these bolts changed out. I'm gonna put grade 8 bolts right here on this, what do you call it, a crossbar, cross pin, something like that, on this A-arm. Put the grade 8 bolt on it too. Well, them fellers are in there. Tell you what I need to do. Let me loosen all of these up. That might make them come out a little bit easier. Ay. Well, I can't get to it like that, so let me do something a little different. Now, maybe that'll make them go in a little bit easier if I can move it around, or not. Interesting. There it went. Oh yeah. Alright, let me get the other side. Got all the bolts changed out. We got an issue though. Let me show you. See if I can't get in here where you can see it. Well, let me back out a minute. Right here, that's the A-arm. That's where it bolts to this cross member. These are the bolts that I just changed out. Well, can y'all see that right there? See my screwdriver going in that crack? Oh yeah. He's rusted as can be. And it looks like from here to about right in here is a new crack. You know, that's happened since we've been fooling with it. It's the same way over here on this side. All that's rotten. All this right here is rotten. Yep, that's good. It's because of this lip. You can see, you know, it's pretty crappy looking all the way across here. The back, I looked at it a minute ago. It looks okay. I don't know if y'all can see that because it's dark. It looks fine all the way across. It just goes along with the rest of the day. I really am done for now. I'm going in the house. I'll study on what I'm going to do with this. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Before we get started doing anything today, there's something else I got to do firstly. Y'all heard me complain about how I can't see what I'm doing here sometimes. You know, my light is behind me. I don't have a work light up here. Well, if you remember Hyperlight, they sent me these lights here in the ceiling and the security lights outside. Well, I contacted them. I said, I can't see what I'm doing. Y'all got anything that'll help? Well, they sent me these right here. Yes, sir, they sure did. These are called, what are they? Hyperlight LED Vapor Tight Light. I believe these are the 60 watters. All this will be in the link in the description to these, plus a coupon code. Normally, well, let me show you what's in the bag of goodies. Come in this little bag right here. You got these little clippers. You got a strain relief to run your wire through and some screws and whatnots. Well, normally, these lights are not meant to be hung. You got this clip right here that, well, say you want to light under this shelf. You screw that to the bottom of it, and then the light, well, it just clips on, just like it right there. Well, I'm going to hang mine right here. It's going to be about 7.5 feet high. So what I got is some of these S-hooks. We'll just hook it through one of these holes right here. I'm going to run me a chain up to that purlin right there. And we're going to hang them down here, and I'm going to have some light where I can see. I'm going to put another one here because they sent me 3 altogether. There's 2 more there. One over this table, one over that one. The third one, I'm not real sure what I'm going to do with it. I thought about hanging it right here, you know, about 7.5, 8 feet tall up here as a work light over my vehicle. I may do that. I ain't sure just yet, but I'm definitely putting one here and one right here. It comes with, I don't know, is that 2 foot of cord maybe? 18 inches. But you know, it doesn't have a plug and it's not long enough. I'm just going to run my plug over here down the pole, plug it in. So I'm going to take these apart. I'm going to wire me a plug in. So let me get this prepared and I'll be back. These little things right here just pop out like this right here. Then I think this just comes off, if I ain't mistaken. Oh yeah, look at there. There's a wire right there. Let me get me a cord wired up. I'll be right back. There's your little terminal strip right there. I'm gonna take this cord loose because it ain't long enough. I'll run my cord in here, wire it up. That'll be that, and I'll put this back together. I think I'm gonna hang about 7.5 feet from the floor. So that's gonna be approximately right here. Ta-da! All right, I got it hung up. Looks pretty good. Let's plug her in, see what it does. Oh, that is awesome. Yes, sir, that is. Yeah. That's got me lit up real good here. A-okay. All right, I got the one over the well table Hooked up. Plug it in. Let's see what she looks like. Ta-da! That is mucho dinero Fetero. Oh yeah, I can see what I'm doing now. Yes, sir, that's gonna make things a lot better. I can actually see what I'm doing over there and over here. You might be wondering, why did you put it right here? Well, pretty soon I'm gonna build me a new weld table. It's gonna be like a 4x6, and well, that will be right dead in the middle of it when I get it built. Also, my wiring right here, it's got it pulled this way a little bit. I need to bring me something over here to keep it straight, and then come over here and down to the plug. That's just minor details. I want to thank Hyperlite for sending me these lights. That's awesome. Appreciate it. There'll be a coupon code in the description. There'll be a link to these lights in the description also. Appreciate it, Hyperlite. Tis the next day. I have come up with approximately 3 solutions to fix this rusty cross member. Firstly, that is going to run all day long. It's 15 degrees outside, but we've got a wind chill advisory. It don't want to get us above 50 degrees for some reason, so she's going to run all day, though, you know, as long as we're out here. Anyway, cross member. First option, you know, what anybody else would think, see if you can find a cross member. And I did. I found one on eBay. He only wants $100 for it, but he wants $100 shipping. I'm not doing that. Second option is, I thought about cutting the whole front part of that cross member out and just making a whole new one. And I would do it if it wasn't for this lip. That would be hard for me to form, because I have no means of forming that other than a hammer. That's about it. And that lip, it needs to go back, because that's its strength and its weakness. It's its strength. You know, anytime you put another bend on a piece of metal, it's going to strengthen it up. It's its weakness because it lets stuff gather in here and stay wet and rot the cross member. Third option, and this is what we're going to do. I got some angle iron over here. I don't know if that's probably 1.5 inches. I don't know. We're going to take that angle iron. We're going to set it right down in here. Of course, I'll have to trim this side off to fit down in this little valley. We're going to weld her up, and I will probably drill some holes in that angle iron and plug weld it, just, you know, to have more fastenment. Is that a word? Y'all know what I mean. I want it welded to this cross member as much as I can to make it that much more secure. That's what we're going to do. But it's going to be in 3 pieces because, well, as you can see, you know, she's got a curve to her. Going to do one from like here to here, short one here, and another one over here. I think it'll be all right. As far as looks, once we get everything on the front end, you won't never see it unless you're up under the car, so I ain't worried about that. Let me get some measurements. I'll go to cut an angle iron and we'll see if we can't make it fit. I have 2 pieces at 9 inches. I'm gonna have one piece approximately 3.5 inches. The blade is getting really, really small. It won't hardly cut all the way through now. Now what I got to do is cut it down to 7/8 on one side here, so it'll fit down in that little trough. I guess I'll use these to mark it with, and we're going to use the plasma cutter to cut it off. All right, let's see how she fits in here. Well, not real good. See, I got a big old gap there. She starts flattening out about right here, so I'm gonna have to shorten this up a couple of inches probably. Yep, let me do that real quick, like. I have to make a mark right here. With Artiz, I think that's gonna work all right. I'm gonna drill some holes down here close to the bend so we can plug weld it. make it a little more secure. Then I'll grind some of this paint off this cross member and we'll weld this little fella up. This thing down right here so I can weld it up for you. Yeah, let's go! Get this here piece welded on. Let that cool for a minute. Then we gotta drill some holes. Oh yeah, let's drill some holes, man. Come on, man. Now what we got to do, grind one side of the head of this bolt off because, you know, we added the thickness of this metal, and you can see right here, it's pretty tight fit. So let me grind these bolts down until they fit in the holes. We'll stick them in there and tighten them up. Y'all watch this right here. Oh yeah. Let me get some nuts on it and get her tightened up. Well, there's one. I think it don't look too bad. I believe we reinforced it quite a bit. Let me do this side over here. I'm gonna do the middle. And we've been done with this little job. Well, I'm glad to have that done. It don't look too bad. I think we have improved it. If nothing else, got that side done. Got that piece in the middle done. This is a hole that was already there, like a drilled hole. And that metal is so thin where it's rusted, I couldn't fill it in, so I said, "Fooey on it, it'll be just fine and dandling." But yes, sir, I think she looks pretty good. I got to clean up because I've made a mess here. I need to blow this off. We're going to try to paint this sometime tonight. Probably be the last thing I do because once I paint it here, it gets pretty fumy. Right now, though, like I said, I got to clean up. I got to wait on some mail. That should be here within an hour. I got to sign for it. Then I got to go to O'Reilly's, pick up another power steering pump. I'll explain all that when I get back. Just got back from Ireland. I got me a few partages. I got some belts. I don't know why I got this one because it's a 37 inch. That's a 37 inch, unless this one may be a little bit longer. It's belts and how they're measured and well, everybody's got their own little code. I have figured that out. These two, that's a 53.5, that's 54. They're actually, I think, a little longer than that. And I don't understand it. Anyway, we're going to try these belts here a little bit. They swapped out my pulley puller and installer. That's brand spankingly new. That's awesome of them to do that. Oh, I got this in the mail yesterday. You know, that's our filler neck for the Earl. Put that in a little bit. Sway bar bushings. We'll put them in. Here's my power steering pump. Let me get it out of the box. Here it is. Here it is. And here it is. See what we got. We don't have no line in the way. We don't have the studs, but we do have bolts, so we're okay. I got an old one over there I'll get the studs out of. I think just by looking at different parts, you know, you can buy just the pump without the reservoir, and all the pumps have this hose. So I think it's the reservoir that's the issue. That first one I had, I probably could have just drilled this hole out and put a stud in it and it'd been just fine and dandelion. Anyway, I think this is going to work. Let me change these out, put the pulley on. We'll put it on the car, see what it does. Pump is on. She moves back and forth. That's about all I can ask for right now. For the trouble we went through, got my adjuster on. It works just fine and dandly. I'm not a fan of this coming up here. I wish it just stuck straight out the back, but we may end up cutting it off right here and just running our hose around here. On down in this area here. Let's get a belt on and see if it'll fit. Here is the 37-inch belt from AutoZone. If I can get it on here. Come on now. Does it fit? No, sir. Well, you could probably force it to. Well, wait a minute. I think that may actually work. Oh, yeah. I do believe we got our belt right there. We got a little bit of adjustment. That's all you need. All right. Takes a 37-inch belt. Let me pull that back off. We'll try the alternator belt. Just for giggles, I put the O'Reilly belt on, and you can see she's quite a bit bigger. I don't understand. That's what I'm talking about, especially in automotive anyway. It seems like each manufacturer's got their own numbering system. I don't know. It ain't like that industrial. I never dealt with this. Anyway, we got us a belt. That's all we need. This in here will probably work too. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. So either one of them will work. I'm gonna keep it. I'll probably just keep them all because we'll use them eventually. Alternator belt, not quite. This is the O'Reilly's, and it's got 54.1, so it's a little over 54. I'll see what this is supposed to measure exactly, and I'll get the next one up, and that should do it for the alternator. What are we gonna do next? Tell you what, I'm gonna paint it last. Let's swap them pedals around and just see what we come up with. Wait a minute. I want to try the power steering hose. Let's see if I can make it work. I don't know if we can make this work or not. If we do, probably gonna have to twist her something like that. Let's get this in here started first. I wish this was about half that long, but I couldn't really find anything better than this right here. All right, let's see if we can do our chop. Got it twisted. I can make it work. I don't really like it, but there ain't a whole lot I can do. Well, actually, it depends. You know, I got two ports. I don't know which one's pressure and which one is return on that rack. Let me look that up real quick, because if it goes in the top one, she ain't gonna work. Well, I can't find the information I need on which port is pressure, but let me show you right here. Here they are. There's both of them. I gotta take that fitting out right there, but here's my line. If I can find a 90 that'll fit in there and fit this, I got her made on either port. So tonight, I gotta do a little research, see if I can find out which one's pressure and see if I can find a 90. What are we gonna do next? We're just gonna do the pedals. Yeah, let's get in here and swap them real quick. This ain't gonna be real fun because I got all these spacers in here. They can be, a pain to get back in there. Yes, they sure can. Anyway, let me get all this apart. We'll take that pin out, swap a lot of them around and see what they look like. I don't think that clutch is gonna work though. Come on, guy. Get off there. Get off there right now. Ow, what in the devil? I gotta have a screwdriver. Oh, my knee. Son of a gun. Alright. This was easier before I put the seats in. Now, let's see. Where did that one go? Well, I seem to have lost the pedal. I don't know. Oh, here it is. I found it! I found it! Alright, this is the clutch where the brake goes. No, sir. That's welder. I didn't think that one would work. Let's see about the brake being over here. That wouldn't be bad. We might do that. Put the clutch over here. Well, I don't know though. This is the clutch, this is the brake. If I move the brake to where the clutch is, it gets it out of the way where my foot can get by it, but it looks goofy like that. I don't like that. So, and if you put this one over where the brake is, this hits the column. So what I'm gonna try firstly right now, put this up here on my anvil, whoop the devil out of it with a big hammer, and just see if it'll straighten out. I'll be whooping the devil out of it, so I better put my glasses on. Alright, see what happens right here. That hurts my hand. Woo! Look at there. She's straightening it out. Let me straighten this other end out. We may have this. Look at there, look at there. I think that'll work just fine and dandy for the clutch. Now the brake, she's a little bit thicker. Might take a bigger hammer, I don't know. Let me get this off here firstly. I just went out to the S10, braved this very, very cold weather. And I measured from here to the center of the brake pedal. It's 13 inches, and that's about what we got here. It's within an inch. So it tells me that's where it needs to be. So we need to straighten that arm out on that brake pedal. It's also from the center of the brake pedal to the center of the gas pedal is about 5 inches. So we might be able to move that over the gas pedal once I get this straightened out. So let's go whoop on it and see if it'll straighten out. You know, this is going to grow on us when we straighten that out. So let's just see how much it does grow. Right now it's 14 3/4. Well, about 7/8. So let's whoop on it, see if we can straighten it out, and then see how much it grows. Well, it's straighter than it was. We ain't quite there yet. All right, let's see if this in here will do it. Oh, it's moving. Not real good, but it's moving. Yes, sir. I might could handle that. Let's see how much it grew. It grew. Oh, it didn't grow. Maybe a ½ inch. That's 15 and not quite 3/8. That ain't bad. Let's put this back in there and see what it does. All right, let's get these here petals in this here assembly. This can be a pain, let me tell you. Gotta get all these spacers lined up. Ooh! Oh! Son of a gun, this is hurting me. Woo! me get in here and see what it feels like. I went outside and looked at Dude, the old F100 that we got running a couple months ago. Remember, it was a Manuel at one time. Then I looked at my Trans Am. They're all different. Dude, his pedals are way over here where these used to be, but he's got a flat floorboard. The Ford, it's close to this. I think the brake pedal may have been a little further over, but the Trans Am is almost identical to these two. 6.5 on Trans Am. This is 7. The middle of the pad. This one is dead on, and then the gas pedal was what was it? 17 inches. So when we put a new floorboard in here, you know, it don't need to be humped up way over here. I know it's hard for y'all to see, but it's humped up way over here. And you know, you can come plumb over here probably and just have a small hump, and it'll put our foot room at about the same thing as the Trans Am. And with size 12 boots, it's a little aggravating sometimes, but it's doable on the Trans Am. So I think we'll be just fine and dandy here. I'm gonna leave them just like they are. Yep. I don't like that these are different lengths. We may grind that foot pad off and move it up. That bothers me. Yeah. Other than that, I don't see nothing wrong with this. I was going to use this exhaust clamp for my bracket to hold the steering column to the dash, but well, you see this gap here? That's got to stay there. If I try to shove this up to the dash, well, it's bending my firewall. I don't want that. So that makes this bolt too short. You know, because we got to keep that gap in there. I'm gonna have a spacer here. So I think I got some, I believe that's 3/8. I think I got some 3/8 all thread over Mama's. I may go over there one day next week and get it, and we'll make us a U-bolt long enough, and I'll probably keep this part of the clamp, put it in between here, and we'll have to have a little more spacer too, but I think that'll work. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Right now, let's finish painting the front end on this thing. I think we'll call it a day. Well, I finally got the flag up. My handy dandy assistant come over here to change Earl's in one of his vehicles. And I was like, hey, let's put that flag up real quick. And let me tell you, she looks pretty doggone good. I don't remember who sent it to me. I don't remember your name. I do appreciate it. Let me tell you, Old Glory looks pretty awesome hanging up there. Yes, sir. Glad to get that done finally. I got some packages in the mail. Let's go through them real quick. I got me an electric chainsaw. That come from Steve. He don't say where he's from, but that's a cute little fella right there. Next time I do a Will It Run and I need to cut some trees down, we'll give that a try. It takes DeWalt 20 volt batteries, by the way. We'll try that out sometime. I got me a pair of jack stands. I don't know who sent it. It came from Amazon, according to that. But it came just like this. It didn't come in an Amazon box like that one right there. So I don't know who sent it. Whoever sent those, I do appreciate it. They'll come in handy. They sure will. I got another pair of jack stands right here. Those came from Paul Winger, I guess is how you say it. They don't say where he's from, but I do appreciate that. Then I got this right here and here. It was a box in a box. It came from, let me make sure I get this right. I believe it was Ken and Karen from, I don't know how in the world you say that. Yucaipa, California. I ain't got a clue. Come from California, that's all I can tell you. There's a bunch of stuff. I got several CDs right here. Let's go through them. I got Dolly and I got Garth and Loretta and who's this right here? Alan Jackson, The Best of Country Music, Willie Nelson, Garth, Johnny Cash. Then I got some DVDs here. I've already seen that one, but yes, sir. Some DVDs for me to watch sometime or another. I got several Manuels. Ford pickup and Bronco, 73 to 79. I got V-Dub stuff. I got Ford Thunderbird Mercury Cougar, 83 to 88. Let me look in this other box right here. What's in this right here? I do not recall. What is this? Oh, that's a small carburetor. We'll have to figure out what that fits. Lawnmower type carburetor. Then we got a bag of bulbs, like turn, stop, tail, turn. Got us a choke cable. Got us a push-pull electrical switch. What is this? Key, something or another. That looks like a PCV valve right there. What is this right here? Let me go turn that heater off. Got several small bulbs. Some of them look like they might be LEDs, maybe? I don't know. Then we got a pair of fencing pliers. That's your Hama end. Pull a steeple out with that. That looks like maybe cutters or something. I don't know. That's what those are, fencing pliers. We got an air-operated ratchet. Then we got chainsaw file right there. Then we got a die grinder, air operated. Then we got a really old wrench. I've told y'all before, I got some old stuff that I found in some of these vehicles, and I'm gonna put it up here on the wall. I don't know where exactly, maybe over yonder. Well, we'll put this old sucker right there up there with him. Yeah, that's pretty old. Yep. Seemed like she told me, I'll read the letter, because they sent me a handwritten letter. Seemed like she told me that was her grandfather's. I'll look that up here in just a minute and see if I'm right on that. They sent me some old license plates. Let's look at them. Oregon, California. All right. Then there's several more books in here. What we got? Ford Station Wagon 69 through 76. Mustang Cougar 65 to 73. Here's some more V-Dub stuff right here. A manual of step-by-step procedures for the complete idiot. That's exactly what I need. Then this is a cooling system tester. Let's open this up real quick and see what it looks like. Ta-da! You got your various things to put down on your radiator neck, and then that screws into that. That might go directly onto the radiator too. I believe it does. What in the devil? Oh, ice is falling off the roof. That scared me to death right then. Anyway, that's pretty neat. It might come in handy sometime. I reckon that's it. I do appreciate everything y'all send me. That's awesome. Oh, I forgot. Let me look in this letter real quick. I just looked through the letter. I was correct. It's their grandfather's, this old wrench right here. We're going to put that up on the shelf with all the old other stuff. Appreciate everything y'all send me. This is awesome. If you got some stuff you want to send me, look in the description of the video. My P.O. box address is there. Appreciate it. I just remembered on these two boxes here, the box in the box. Karen contacted me on Facebook a few weeks ago and told me her brother wanted to send me this stuff. She said he'd become disabled. He couldn't work on vehicles anymore. They wanted me to have the manuals and all this stuff here, but she never told me your name. But I wanted to give you credit, because you sent that. So whatever your name is, appreciate it a bunch. Back to the old 40 for just a little bit. As you can see, I got it painted, except for right there. It's the same way on the other side. That upper A-arm was in the way. I'll hit that with the paint in just a minute. Our patch job still looks pretty doggone good, I think. Yes, sir. I got to put my, what do you call them? Sway bar bushings in. I ain't done that yet. Calipers look good, though. I hit them with a little bit of that silver paint. I got my filler neck. I just tried to put it in, and, well, it don't want to go. It's just a wee bit too big. So let me rig something up where I can whoop on it without tearing it up. We'll put that in real quick. Here's what I come up with. I'm going to whoop on it with a piece of wood and a hammer. I got a rag stuff down here to keep, possible wood chips from getting down in the motor. Let's see if that's going to work for me or not. Ta-da! And then the cap goes on. Oh, that's just absolutely beautiful. Just got done with the sway bar bushings. I think they'll work just fine and dandly. Maybe that'll make her like a race car now that we got a sway bar up front. I kind of doubt it. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a day on this video for this week. I know there's been a few y'all that were sort of smarties. Said you was tired of hearing about my knee. Well, if you don't like it, just don't watch. That's all I can tell you. But for those who are concerned, today it's been bad. It's all I can do to walk. I'm having to walk stiff-legged, bending it. No, sir, that's out of the question. So we're going to end the video right here. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and maybe we'll get us a cortisone shot, and that'll help me out for a little while. I'm trying to avoid any kind of surgery. I don't like the thoughts of it. Well, let me tell you this. I got a sister that's had both hers replaced in her 40s. Mama's had both hers replaced in the last 2 or 3 years. I got a brother that he probably needs to have his replaced, but he's too thick-headed to go get it done. So I guess I can't say nothing because, I ain't been to the doctor about mine yet. Anyway, hopefully tomorrow, he'll get me fixed up a little bit. Speaking of my sister, by the way, I forgot. They sent me that right there, or they gave me that for Christmas this year. Both of my older sisters, by the way. You can't hardly read it, though. I think I may paint it black, and it may show up a little bit better against that light background. Anyway, you see how I chase squirrels? It's just ridiculous. Where was I at? Oh, my knee. Hopefully tomorrow, the doctor will fix me up for a little while, and we can get a little bit busier on this old car. We got a little bit more done on the whole thing. It's coming together, starting to look better every day. I know I don't get a whole lot done every week, but, well, I'm just slow. That's all I can tell you. Next week, we'll hit it again. It's possible, maybe, we might get front end on it next week. I don't know. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. And until next time, go do something. Blur, blur.